painter, first of all. Second of all, I'm an entrepreneur trying to build artist communities in Pittsburgh. We're in Radiant Hall, which is what used to be a Polish social hall. It was built in 1932. And now we're a group of 22 artists using the building as studio space. The rent for the building is around $1 per square foot, so the artists do have a pretty manageable space where they can do a lot of larger works. There really wasn't a grand vision. We started with 2 artists in the large space downstairs, and every month for the last 7 months we've managed to add 3 more artists to the space. These glasses are kind of the quiet before the storm. Artists are so busy maintaining several different jobs so that if they can finally afford a studio space, they rarely get to use it. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, but I moved back after going through school, and then after taking a year off. I just needed the space to kind of think about my own work and to realize some of the larger pieces that I wouldn't be able to create in a small bedroom apartment in New York. Recently I've gotten into more chandelier type work that leaves the frame behind and becomes purely sculptural.
I'm a media artist. Instead of working with paintbrushes, I mainly work with software and electronics. My background's in engineering, and I mainly do performance art. I just finished my studies at CMU for a Master of Fine Arts, and I'm currently working on my thesis project, which is a space rock opera about going to Mars. So my show about going to Mars will very much be in an essence of this mixed with some rock and roll and surf music and storytelling.
I'm a local bartender, so those are some of my regulars who I like to do paintings of. I've worked in Lawrenceville for 7 years, bartending at the Thunderbird Cafe, and so it's just kind of a way for me to kind of memorialize these people who are just staples in the community.
The Pittsburgh art scene has gone through a lot of different shifts. There have been neighborhoods where there's been a big arts community kind of emerging, and then it would, you know, the economy would change a little bit and it would kind of die down. And it feels like now that all the areas, they're all rising at the same time. Wow, there's 22 artists in here. And I know from the experience of being around other creative people, it just helps you with your ideas or helps you when you get stuck. What's up, Seth?
Hey.
What's going on?
I do collage-based artwork, and it's generally focusing on decaying architecture. There's tons of inspiration around here, I think. Yeah, I get phone calls or texts all the time of people like, Seth, you have to go check out, they're demoing this building downtown, or this place just caught on fire, I took a picture of it for you.
I do pretty much all my professional work here, so I photograph professionally as well as for my art. My productivity is doubled. I can't work at home at all, and I'm involved in other projects as a result of being surrounded by other artists.
Oh, that's beautiful with the light. Yeah. What was happening there is... Hi, who are you?
I'm G.
G, hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I work primarily in large abstraction paintings, and it's just what I've been experimenting with for over a year. I was in Pittsburgh for my undergrad at CMU, and then right after I graduated, I got to meet Brian, and he was telling me about this idea of having a studio organization, so I stuck around and I'm here.
It's kind of explosion, but like the pieces aren't shattered. So
for me, mostly, it has given me it's a way for me to declare to myself that I'm going to be a painter, that I have this space where I come and meditate as an artist, and I think a lot of people in the studio environment really appreciate that. And it's also nice because everyone critiques each other. We're like a community.
In a lot of ways, Pittsburgh has the potential to become what I would call the new Brooklyn, kind of a cultural hub where it's not just about creating art to sustain community development, but a real authentic fostering of creative talents. It definitely has that same kind of vibe.